the Prime Minister of Uganda.
I am very pleased. I'm actually honored to welcome this incredible dancehall artist, Spice, our sister from Jamaica. Tumukubangaru. I think they were waiting for what I was going to say next. Where you are is the seat of the 900-year-old kingdom. We call it Bulange. Yeah, that's the authentic name for this place. Some of the people here may know that Jamaica got independence in August 1962, turning her into an independent constitutional monarchy. Within the Commonwealth realm, I think the King of England is the head of state. And by that time, Britain had ruled Jamaica for 300 years, by 1962. Uganda too got independence in 1962, in October. And the British had been here for 60 years, only 60. However, the Kingdom of Buganda, at whose seat you are right now, is a constituent part of the country known as Uganda. But by 1962, when we got independence from the British, the kingdom had existed for over 850 years. So the Kingdom of Buganda is older than the country Uganda, because Uganda is really a creation of the Europeans, the British. But I'm very pleased that you are in the continent of your ancestors, in one of the oldest kingdoms of Africa. Kingdoms like the Kingdom of Buganda are the depository of our heritages, our customs, our traditions. And I think the soul of the African people is embedded in the heritage of her people. That's why music is vital. Music, as they say, is food for the soul. It's derived from the inner feelings, the inner beings of those who write it, those who perform it, those who are entertained by it. That's what music does. It breaks barriers. And Africans tend to have a natural rhythm. I've never found a scientific expression for this. A child deep in the village, when he hears the sounds of a drum, that child will move the foot to the beat of the drum. Maybe because we had these natural barriers in Africa, the forests and the lakes and the rivers and the mountains and the wild animals. And maybe music is what connects the African people. Maybe that's why we've got the natural rhythm. Music has thrived within the black race all over the world because it cannot be held in chains. Music cannot be held in chains. And probably that's why it thrives everywhere you find black people. Music thrives. Music cannot be discriminated against in the actual sense. You know, the artist may be denied opportunity here and there because of how his skin, that can happen. That happens. That happens. But what comes from that artist's mouth? What comes from Spice's mouth? You know, expressing the inner feelings, the soul within that skin color, that cannot be enchained. Nobody can discriminate against that. And an artist like Spice is the perfect ambassador of Uganda and our kingdom. I love artists. I like musicians. I interact with them whenever I can. The minister brings them all the time, and I'm at home when I'm with them. Actually, I asked Spice about Spice Diane of Uganda, and she told me they communicate. And I told her I'll send Spice Diane a message, maybe through the minister or somewhere, that she should get inspiration from you. She is actually, she's making very good progress, even here. Winston Churchill was a British Prime Minister. I'm sure everyone from Jamaica has heard the name Winston Churchill. He called Uganda the Pearl of Africa. You heard Juliana call Uganda the Pearl of Africa. It's not original to her. It's from Winston Churchill, and it's one of the lyrics in our national anthem. And you know, I think he was right. Besides the motorbikes, we call them border borders. You've seen them in Kampala. You own one. You are very brave then. Besides those and the horrendous traffic in our little city here, Uganda is one of the most beautiful countries on the African continent. I hope you travel outside the urban areas and you go in the countryside. You will agree with me when I say that Uganda is one of the most beautiful countries on the African continent, probably in the world. I've been around a little bit, and there are very few countries like Uganda. You know, and the places you visit, like the Kasubi Royal Tombs, has she been there? Kasubi Royal Tombs, that's where 4 of our past kings are interred. The Martyrs Shrine, you were there in Namugongo. Those are an expression of our heritage. And the world needs to know more about Uganda. You know, the world knows very little about Uganda. I'm not so sure that before you were invited here, you had heard about Uganda. Most probably not. You know, many people know about mountain gorillas in Buindi. I don't know whether you have time. You should go and see them. The big cats, you know, people know about the big cats, the lions, the leopards, and all those things. But our heritage, our culture, our way of life, our food, I'm happy you like our food, even our music are some other attractions which should bring in visitors from all over the world. Big cats are everywhere. When you go to Tanzania, you go to Kenya, cats exist everywhere. You know, the lions and all the leopards, even in South Africa, even in Namibia, they are there. But Uganda's cultural tourism is unique, in my view, because, like, we have the oldest kingdom in Africa, the kingdom of Buganda. When you get to learn about it, there are lots of things to explore, to learn, things that would interest you, considering that you look like somebody with an inquisitive mind. So, yeah, you are the right ambassador. I can say that again. So let me finalize. You know, these artists don't want long speeches. But I also welcome in a special way these little beautiful people. Welcome here. You're very, very beautiful, especially the young one here. She's so beautiful. Make good use of your beauty. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you, Spice, for coming. Now, I understand you've been given so many names, but you haven't met the Katikiro of the Kingdom of Buganda, the Prime Minister. All those people who gave you those names don't even have the authority to do so. So discard all of them. Now I'm going to give you a name, and I've written it here so that you don't forget it. Your name is Nankula. I'm going to tell you what it means, and you belong to the Nkula clan. Nkula is the rhinoceros. The bravery, the strength, the courage of that animal is what I see in you. That, because you heard what she said, where she came from. Look where she is. She must belong to the Nkula clan. And that's one of the most revered names in that clan. You know, here we are according to the clan to which you belong. All of the people you see here belong to different clans. And the names, when people tell me there is a gentleman called Kakande, what is the guy who covers, what's your name? Kakande. He's right there. I knew he belongs to the Ngeye clan. That's the Kolobas Manke. You tell me your name and I know the clan to which you belong. That's how it is. here. That's how our forefathers crafted that social system. There is a lot to learn about the kingdom of Buganda. That's your name. Nankula mukubire engalo nga mumuwana. I've got a few gifts for you. Probably they will remind you about the visit to the seat of the kingdom of Buganda. This is a little booklet, The Brief History of the Kingdom of Buganda. You can read it over a cup of coffee and you get to understand what the kingdom stands for. Because when we talk, the cameras, the people around you, not much sinks in. But over a cup of coffee, we grow the best coffee in Africa, by the way, Uganda. So people shouldn't give you tea. I know Jamaicans drink a lot of tea, but you should start drinking Ugandan coffee. But anyway, as you do so, you can read that little booklet, reminds you of the visit. And this little coffee mug, it's made out of Ugandan bamboo. Now, the lion symbolizes royalty. In Uganda, we call Kabaka many, many names. He's got 72 titles. One of them is Empologoma, the clan to which he belongs, the clan into which Juliana married, Empologoma. That's the symbol. And this is made out of bamboo, Ugandan bamboo. These words are in Uganda. Webale kuchalira Katikiro. Thank you for visiting Katikiro, Prime Minister. So I hope you take your coffee from this little mug. And this bag, this is the back cloth, which our forefathers invented in the 13th century. The people in Buganda were not wearing skins, they're not moving around naked. We were wearing back cloth around us. I told you how they used to dress before we encountered civilization from other people. So that's the back cloth. And just so to show that we are not uncivilized, as some people want to depict us. This is the emblem of the kingdom. So that's the little bag. Again, to remind you of the visit, the seat of the kingdom. Who carries your bags? I'm going to say a few words in Luganda for the media houses. Luganda is our language. Just for the media houses that are here that use Luganda. Spicy. Gabe mutegedde ava Jamaica gye bamuzaala. Nakinku nnyo. Nga bwe muwulidde ow'ekitiibwa Sserwanga amunnyonnyola ne Shafik Miro, muyimbi wa Erinya, azze wano okwongera okutumbula ebyobulambuzi mu Uganda ne mu Bwakabaka bwa Buganda. Waliwo omukago kati wa Uganda Tourism Board ne Buganda Heritage and Tourism Board okwagala okulaga ensi ebifa mu nsi yaffe. Abantu tebagenda gye batamanyi. Abantu ebifo bibakyalira bibeera ebyo abantu bibategedde. Akati omuyimbi ngono Spice ow'Erinnya bw'ajja wano, ensi yonna ejja kumanya nti yabadde mu Uganda. Era bw'ava wano bamutwala mu masiro e Kasubi. Mukimanyi mwenna nti e Kasubi y'entabiro y'obugunjufu bwaffe bwe twoleka eri ensi. Akati omuyimbi ono bw'ajja abantu bategeera nti mu Uganda tewaliyo mpologoma zokka nango na njovu. Omanya ab'ebweru balowooza buli boogera ku ssemazinga wa Afrika balowooleza mu bisolo. Naye ate ekintu ekikulu befe abantu, obuwangwa bwaffe, ebyobusika bwaffe, enneeyisa yaffe. Akati omukyalo ono bw'ajja ate ng'ava mu Jamaica, abantu bonna abali mu Jamaica baava eno ku ssemazinga wa Afrika, baabasuubula mu buddu bajjajjaabwe. Akati anaali waka, twagadde tumwanirize wano, tunyumyemu naye, tumutegeeze ebifa wano, ate naye tukakasa nti ensi ajja kugibuulira ebifaano. Obulambuzi nsonga nkulu. Obulambuzi buleeta ssente. Oba abalambuzi basasula. Obulambuzi butondawo emirimu. Babalaze wano Ssenkulu wa Buganda Heritage and Tourism Board, Najib Nsubuga. Kabaka yamuwa omuliro olw'okukulira ekitongole ekyo. Naye olwo n'abakozi abalala bangi baakulira. Naye n'abamuleese wano abakola ku by'obulambuzi egyo mirimu. Obulambuzi gavumenti efunamu ensimbi. Naye ate ekikulu n'obulambuzi bwakwewummuzaako. Tukubiriza abantu ba Uganda bayige okwewummuzaako. Nze simanyi kitwala abantu mu nsi eyo gye baagala okugenda wali ebbulivu. Bw'ogenda essese wano mu bizinga, amazzi gonna mayonjo mu munnyo. Abantu bonna baagala kugenda mu Mbaasa, ebbugumu liri fumbiro, amazzi galimu omunnyo. naye nga sesaawo walungi naye woteeri bazizimbyeyo eyo yonna gye muwulira gye bakuumira ebisolo ebintu birungi ebyokwewumuza mwemanyiiza ogenda okulambula muwummuleko abantu bangi ne Kasubi tebatuukangayo wano e Kasubi olwekyo kisa okukyaza omugenyi ono era tusuubira nti obugenyi bwe bujja genda bulungi nnyo. I am sure residents of Kampala and the neighboring townships are going to come in large numbers to attend the show, the concert by Spice at Lugogo Cricket Oval on the 9th of May. They want me to attend. My schedules are too heavy that day. I don't know, I'm going to disappoint those people who I'm supposed to see on the 9th, but I would love to. I've seen some of your tape, your clips, dancing. I've seen them. Yes, my media, they showed them to me. And you see her here, composed and nice and well-behaved. She's seated here. When she's on stage, it is some other story. I've seen them. But that's what the arts are about. They're about to bring out your inner feelings, to connect with the people around you. You don't do it dressed like this, do you? And you can't even dance, the way you would like to dance when you're dressed like this. I'm sure you've seen our dancers here, our traditional dancers. They don't dress exactly like this. They dress in such a way as brings out, the way they wiggle the waists around. You can't do that when you're covered up in this dress. So when she's on stage, she's there to show us what? Thank you very much. God bless you all.
I was told reach further if the color of my skin was lighter, and I was made to feel inferior. Cause society say brown girls prettier. Me love the way me look, me love my pretty black skin. Respect due to my strong melanin. Proud of my color, love the skin that I'm in. My born racism, demolish colorism. The things when me I go say you might not even love me back. I get hate from my own race, yes that's a fact. The same black people, them say I'm too black. You bleach out your skin, them same one come and chat well. Since you say that I'm too black for you, do I look how you want me to? Now I'm gonna see if you gonna say I'm too brown for you, or do I look pretty to you? Black people hypocrisy. Leave the girls them with low sexy. Who no go on like say you have be brown, be pretty. Me run the whole of them and dirty iniquity. This black people hypocrisy. Leave the girls them with low excess. I am black and beautiful, I know I'm pretty. And I'm reminding every black woman that you are beautiful.
Thank you very much. I'm going to stand up the anthems.